Hey friends, Lucian here with the Bullish Bears team. This video is going to be about how to overcome the PDT rule when you're day trading. So I'm going to talk about what the PDT rule is. Then I'm going to talk about some solutions on how you can overcome the PDT rule. I'm going to break down things like cash versus margin account, day trading options, offshore brokers, futures, and then finding the best trading style that fits your account size. And then, as always, I'll lead you in a direction where you can ask any questions within our trade rooms inside of our Discord. What is the PDT rule and what classifies someone as a pattern day trader? Well, if you have less than $25,000 in a trading account, you can only make 3 day trades. That's trading in and out of a position within the same day. So if you enter a trade, you buy it, and then you sell it in the same day, that is considered a day trade. So if you have less than $25,000 in an account, you can only do 3 day trades within a 5 calendar day period. Now, it can sound discouraging at first, especially if you're a new trader and you're like, I don't have $25,000 in an account. And again, this affects you if you want to be a day trader. Number one, if you want to be a swing trader, that means holding your position more than one day, then you're not limited by the PDT rule. So if you're going to be a swing trader or hold shares or even, with penny stocks, any type of, whether you're buying stocks or options, if you hold it more than one day, then you don't have to worry or think about the PDT rule. However, it's very, very important to understand it still, because a lot of traders will come in and they'll get hit with a PDT rule and they don't even know it. But if you're going to become a day trader, it's very important to understand this and then the solutions to overcome becoming a pattern day trader. So there actually are several different solutions to overcome this rule. So number one, you could use a cash account. I'm going to break down each of these strategies in more detail, but the first thing you can do is use a cash account. Now, there are some limitations to using a cash account, which I'll go into. Some other solutions are day trading options. You can use an offshore broker, such as CME Group or Ustock Trade. So these offshore brokers allow you to avoid the no PDT rule, or to avoid the PDT rule. So you don't have the PDT if you go with an offshore broker. And then futures. So there's no PDT rule with futures. So like with any of these options, before you go jumping into any of them, you always make sure that you paper trade first. So I'm going to break down each of these options and the positives and negatives of each one. What happens if your account gets flagged as a pattern day trader? This is something that freaks out a lot of traders, especially new traders. They come in and they get, this warning that their account's been flagged or restricted, and they freak out. It's actually not as bad as it sounds, so it's not as scary in most situations. So what happens is when you make 4 or more day trades in 5 consecutive trading days, you're then classified or flagged as a pattern day trader. And if that happens, you could have a 90-day freeze or restrictions put on your account. It's not, again, it sounds scarier than it actually is. This will happen if you fail to meet the margin call after 5 days. So what happens is there's a couple accounts you can have. You can have either a cash account or a margin account. So you get flagged as a pattern day trader if you have a margin account and your balance is below $25,000. So if you get this flag, for doing 4 or more day trades in 5 consecutive days, you'll need to get your balance above $25,000. Now, a lot of times you won't be able to do this. So a lot of people will freak out. Not that big of a deal. There's a few different solutions. What could happen, number one, is your account could end up being a 90-day cash restricted account access. You can only trade in a cash account. It's not like you lose your account or anything like that. You're just not able to trade on margin. So first thing, don't freak out. Number two, don't go calling and yelling at your broker and yelling at them. It is not your broker's fault. This is the doing of FINRA and the SEC. Believe it or not, it's meant to protect you. The verdict's out on that. Overall, I guess you'd say it would be. It does protect new traders from using a margin account and trading with funds that they don't have and blowing up their account and then having to owe money back that they don't have. So in essence, it is meant to protect you. So if this happens, number one, don't call your broker and yell at them. Call them and see what your different options are. Number one, many of the major brokers have some leniency, especially if it's your first time, where you can call them up and say, hey, what happened? If they say, hey, you got flagged as a pattern day trader, say, listen, I didn't know. Is there anything that you can do? Can you do a reset? And some brokers will allow a PDT reset once every 180 days. So that is an option. So number one, rather than yelling at your broker, call and ask them, hey, listen, I didn't know. Is there anything you can do? And a lot of times they'll do a reset. The next thing you can do is get your account over $25,000. If not, you can also not trade for 90 days. So that is an option. So you can decide not to trade for 90 days, or you can trade in a cash account, or you can use solutions such as futures, day trading options, or using an offshore broker. What are the positives and negatives of using a cash account versus a margin account? Well, with a cash account, there's no PDT rule. So the PDT rule, again, is if you make 4 or more day trades within a 5 calendar day period, then you're hit with the PDT rule. So you can only make 3 day trades within 5 calendar days. So with a cash account, you don't have to worry about the PDT rule. And you can make unlimited day trades up to your daily buying power. So however much your daily buying power is, you can make unlimited day trades up to that amount. There's benefits of no fees if you use a commission fee broker. And it's a great way to start off trading before using an offshore broker. So before you go to an offshore broker to avoid the PDT rule, we kind of recommend, number one, practice paper trading first. So paper trade, get your strategy down, get comfortable paper trading, become successful at paper trading, then move to a cash account and practice trading in a cash account with small positions. Don't go in and use up all your buying power all at once. Trade small, learn the mechanics, become comfortable in a cash account, then move up to using an offshore broker if that's what you're looking to do. So what's a negative of using a cash account? Well, after placing a trade, you need to wait for that cash to settle before using that cash to take another trade. It's called T+2, or transaction plus 2 days. So number one, if you have, let's say, a $5,000 cash account, and then you use all of that buying power on Monday, and then close all of those positions on Monday, then that cash will be available again to use on Wednesday. So transaction day plus 2 days. So solution number two, you have, let's say, a $5,000 account. Then you can trade using half of your buying power, $2,500, and then you can trade every day. Again, be careful. This is not saying use all of your buying power in one trade. It's just if you use it in that day. So again, what we recommend with a cash account is trade smaller positions, get comfortable with the mechanics of trading, start with a paper account first, do the smaller positions, get familiar with the mechanics, and then move into potentially using an offshore broker or doing another option such as day trading options or futures. So margin account, positive of a margin account is you get increased buying power. So margin allows you to trade with borrowed money. So this is a great option when you know how to trade. So having leverage to take your account and be able to buy more shares to use as leverage when trading, it's really great. It's a really great way to make, it's to help grow your account, especially when day trading. However, there are some negatives. Number one, you do get the PDT rule if you have less than $25,000. So if you're under that $25,000, again, you got to get it back over $25,000, trade in a cash account, or find other solutions. Another major negative is losing on borrowed money. So this is where, practice, practice, practice. I can't stress it enough. If you start getting a margin account and then you go buying huge positions and then you lose big on a trade, you're going to have to pay back that borrowed money if you go upside down on a losing trade. So that's where the PDT rule does protect you for those new traders that either kind of get too big for their britches and they do something, they're not thinking about it, or those that make a mistake. Sometimes you could just make a mistake and, not know what you're doing. So some traders will get too carried away on purpose, and then other ones are not really paying attention. So with a margin account, you can get hit with a margin call, so your broker may request more money as collateral at any time. So, another thing, you have to pay interest on the borrowed money, and it's higher risk. So this is where you got to determine when moving forward what type of trader you are. Are you going to be a day trader or a swing trader? Margin, I really just, it's best if you're going to use the actual margin, knowing how to trade. So don't just have it just to have it. You do need a margin account if you're going to be trading futures. And we are huge fans of trading futures, especially as a way to overcome the PDT rule. So we have a futures room. We have a futures course available if you want to know how to trade futures to overcome the PDT rule. So number one, futures is an awesome way to overcome the PDT rule, as well as day trading options. So we have a large caps room. We teach you in there with our courses. We have swing trade courses and options courses that can teach you how to day trade options. So two other really great ways to overcome the PDT rule: futures, day trading options, as well as using an offshore broker and a cash account. So we have a penny stocks room that goes over the strategies on using a cash account compared to an offshore broker. So there's several different solutions on how to kind of overcome this PDT rule. It's just a matter of whether you want to use a cash account or a margin account and what type of trading style that you're looking to go with. What are the positives and negatives of day trading options? Well, with options and day trading options, you can trade large cap stocks without needing a lot of money. So whether you want to swing trade or day trade options, it doesn't require a lot of capital to do it like you would with having to buy shares of large caps. And what's nice about day trading options is you can trade the same stocks over and over, learn their trends, and you don't need to have a scanner. So you can save yourself some money on tools of getting a scanner, so you can have the same handful of stocks, learn their trends, learn their patterns, because they're more of a predictable trading style if you use a consistent trading strategy. So again, these large cap stocks, they run with the market typically overall. They're more reliable stocks. So they form these patterns that nothing's foolproof. Obviously, you need to learn technical analysis, learn the patterns. Patterns do fail overall. But once you learn these patterns, many of them become, since they run with the market, you can see how the market's running and look at how these patterns form, look at reversals, look at trends, find those support resistance levels, draw your trend lines. And it's nice, you can do the same thing on, longer term charts, but then bring them down intraday. And when you're day trading them, you can look for those similar patterns, find the patterns that work best for you. You don't want to go and just trade every pattern, but you look for those bull flags, ascending triangles, those bullish patterns. Or again, you can go to the other side and day trade options and find those bearish reversals, bear flags, descending triangles. But what's nice is on these larger, day trading options with larger cap stocks, you can find those more predictable trends if you find a strategy that works for you. And that's what we teach you in our trade rooms and in our options courses. So if you go into our large caps room, we do a lot of day trading as well as swing trading options. We show you the mechanics, we show you patterns, trend lines, technical analysis, and then we have courses available to basically break down all the basics of options, all the different components, and then how to put them together to day trade them with strike prices. And you'll see us do this live each day in our large caps room. What's also nice about day trading options is there's faster returns than day trading shares because you're using your account as leverage and you buying options contracts. When these contracts move in your direction, they're extremely volatile. They can be extremely volatile, good or bad, right? So as a positive, they go in your direction. You can use your account as leverage, and there's a lot faster returns than just trading actual shares. Another huge positive is a small account. So if you have a small account or you're under that PDT rule, less than $25,000, and you have a cash account, what's one of the best features with day trading options on a small cash account is your cash settles the next day. So you don't have to wait that 2 to 3 day period. So you can make unlimited day trades up to your daily buying power. So whatever your buying power is in your account, you can make unlimited day trades without any PDT. So that's one of the great aspects of day trading options with a small account is the not worrying about the PDT rule. Some of the negatives, again, volatility. It affects contract pricing. So you got to make sure, just like with any trading style, buy low, get your entries. If you're buying and going long, you want to buy low, sell high, or the vice versa, sell high, buy low if you're going short or bearish on a position. So make sure your strategy when you're day trading options, cut your losses small, keep your losses small if the trade goes against you. Keep really tight risk management. Something that's, with day trading options, it does rely upon solid directional movement. So you want it to either go up or down. That's if you're buying naked calls and puts. There's other strategies that you can do, but if you're going naked calls, buying a call if you're going long, or buying a put if you're taking the bearish side of the market, you want that stock to move up or down. You don't want it to be trading sideways. Also, it's very sensitive to economic news, data, news on the actual stock itself. But day trading options, it's one of our favorite strategies. We teach it pretty much every single day in our large caps room, as well as swing trading options. So options, we just love options in general. So if you want to learn more about them, just go into our large caps room, talk to the different people in the community, different mods, ask questions, take our options courses, and again, practice trading them in a paper account first before you trade with real money. What are the positives and negatives of using an offshore broker? Well, the biggest positive is you don't have to worry about the PDT rule. And this is fantastic for small accounts that have a proven trading plan. You got to be careful. Don't just go jumping over to an offshore broker if you don't know how to trade first. So in the bullish bears, we always suggest paper trading first, becoming successful paper trading, develop your trading plan, then move over to a cash account, practice trading small positions, getting familiar with the mechanics of trading, and then when you got your trading plan down, then you look to move over into a offshore broker. So just because an offshore broker allows you the ability to make unlimited day trades, that doesn't mean it's the right thing for most traders. Once you have a proven trading plan, then absolutely look to go to an offshore broker. So a company such as CME Group, they give you 4-to-1 margin with account sizes between, if you have money, your account size is between $500 to $2,499. So that would be 4-to-1 margin would be 1,500 up to 6,000 buying power. So that's fantastic. Again, once you know how to trade, it's awesome to be able to take that small account, have that margin as leverage once you have that proven trading plan, because that's how you're able to really exponentially grow a small account using that margin as leverage. If you have over $2,500 in your account, CME Group will give you 6-to-1 margin. So let's say you had $2,500, that's $15,000 in buying power. So again, that's a great way to help leverage your account and grow your account. But again, you got to be careful because you have losing trade, you get in the wrong stock, you don't know how to trade, you can really put yourself in a bad position. So once you close your trades, what's awesome is your full buying power is available again. So that buying power that you have, once you're in a trade, once you're out of it, you get it back again. And another major positive of offshore brokers is the direct access broker feature, which allows you to have high-speed trade execution. And I can't stress enough, with day trading, a lot of the major brokers, they're not great to day trade with because of, lagging and getting in and out of trades. Whereas if you go with a direct access broker, high-speed trade execution can make all the difference in the world. It could be the difference between a winning or a losing trade or getting out in just enough time. So that's where it's really important to have a high-speed broker that allows you to get in and out of trades. So when you're looking into offshore brokers, again, do your research. Make sure you get one that has that is a direct access broker that has high-speed trade execution. And some brokers have shorting available. So, when you go and you're looking at an offshore broker, ask if they have shorting available. So the availability to be able to short stocks or take the inverse side of things. Instead of going long, you can go short and make money as stocks fall. Again, this is all when you have your trading plan down, then you look to go to an offshore broker. Now, some of the negatives of an offshore broker are fees. High fees. Some of them have over $100 a month for platform fees. Then you have commission fees, wiring, and withdrawal fees. So whatever offshore broker you go with, make sure you ask about the monthly fees, wiring, and withdrawal fees. With that too, sometimes you have limited customer service or not the greatest customer service. So, trying out a couple companies and just kind of seeing what their customer service is like, comparing fees, and kind of just get the feel of which one, which broker feels the most comfortable to. And again, with offshore brokers, high risk. Margin, really great when you know how to trade. When you don't know how to trade, high risk. And this is where, day trading can get a bad rap for those that are not careful. So the good news is in our community, we have a day trade room and our penny stocks room where you can come in. We show all of this stuff. We talk about the goods, the bads. We go over the market. We go through penny stocks. We talk about margin, cash accounts. We have a couple of day trading courses that'll really help you get started. So come into our penny stocks room if you're looking to go with an offshore broker and learn how to trade penny stocks. Talk to other members in our room, take our courses, and then take what you learn and practice again, number one, in a paper trading account first, then go into a cash account, practice with small positions, learning the mechanics of trading, and then you look to go over to an offshore broker. Futures are one of the best ways to avoid the PDT rule. So if you have less than $25,000 in an account, you can make unlimited day trades with futures, and you don't have to worry about that PDT rule. So another thing that's great about it is you don't have to wait about the cash settlement waiting period like you would with a cash account. So if you have a cash account and you're trading stocks, you got to wait those 2 to 3 days for your cash to settle. Day trading options, you have overnight, whereas futures, you can trade unlimited during that day, make unlimited day trades. And this is fantastic for growing a small account, especially if you have an account under $5,000. It's probably one of the best ways to trade. And there's some small brokers available that require less or smaller margin requirements. Brokers such as Trade-Of-8, NinjaTrader, Infinity Futures. So there's some really good small brokers that require less margin than some of the bigger brokers. So you can get a margin account, trade futures, and it's really, I can't stress it enough how great of a trading strategy this is for small accounts, or really any size account, but under that PDT or under that $25,000 account size, really great trading strategy. Flexible trading hours. What's also great is if you can't trade during the regular market hours, there's early morning and evening hours available. So again, if you have job or work or life challenges, what a great way to be able to trade in the off hours. You also have the ability to trade just one symbol, which is great to help you focus when trading. You don't have to look at different stock symbols or what's running. You can look at one symbol. You know, for instance, you can look at MES or the ES, ES/ES, and if you have like a company, a broker such as Thinkorswim, or /MES for micro futures. Micro futures are just awesome for growing a small account. So you can just look at that one symbol and watch it, and you can trade it bullish or bearish. There are no shorting restrictions in a futures account. So if you have a trending market up or down intraday, you find those trends, you learn your candlesticks, support, resistance, patterns, trend lines, and you can trade futures up and be bullish, and then you can also go and trade them down bearish. Again, you got to practice trading live before you trade in a real account. So paper trade futures first. You'll realize it's just really simple. There's different ways that you can trade futures, but the mechanics of buying and selling with futures are they're basically as simple as buying a stock in essence. You can buy and sell or buy. Again, there's different orders, bracket orders and stuff that you can do, but that's where you want to practice in a paper trading account first, get the mechanics down, and then slowly go into, trading one contract at a time after you've paper traded successfully. And you'll see the mechanics of futures they're just awesome. We can't stress enough how great futures are just as a regular trading style, but never mind for a small account. One of the big negatives are larger margin requirements with some of the big brokers. But what's nice is with some of the smaller brokers, they're really good. So you won't necessarily miss having a big broker with some of the smaller brokers. But again, we have the resources to help you. We have an awesome futures room in our Discord. We have a futures course that'll help you. So if you want to learn how to trade futures, enter our Discord, go into our futures room, take our futures course, go in there, ask questions, and take what you learn live, and again, practice it in a paper account. What is the best trading style for your brokerage account size? Well, I'm going to talk about a few different options, and then you can decide based upon your account size and your trading style which one is the best fit for you. First of all, if you have over $25,000 in an account, you're not restricted by the PDT rule, which means, again, that you can only make 3 day trades within a 5 calendar day period. So if you have over $25,000 in an account, you can be a day trader, you can be a swing trader, you can do options, penny stocks, futures, stocks in general, swing trading, whatever trading style you want. There's really no restrictions. So let's talk about a small account. Anything around $5,000 or less, or kind of in around that range. There are several different options that you can do to trade. Number one, you can use a cash account. And there are a couple different ways that you can use your cash account. Let's say you have $5,000 in a cash account. If you are a day trader with a $5,000 account, you can use your $5,000 buying power in 1 day, then wait 3 days to get it back again. Or you can trade with half of your account, let's say $2,500, and then day trade every single day. So other than using a cash account, there are several options. Number one, micro futures. That's probably one of the best ways to trade. There's futures and then there's micro futures. Micro futures is a smaller futures product. There's no PDT rule. You still need a margin account, but there are some smaller margin brokers out there such as Trade of 8, Ninja Trader, and Infinity Futures. But futures has smaller products to be able to trade. You don't make as much money on each trade, but that's okay. It's really good for growing a small account. And again, there's no PDT rule. So probably one of the best ways to trade in a small account is micro futures. Next up, let's talk about day trading options. Another really great strategy, whereas with cash settlement, if you have a cash account, the settlement happens overnight. So let's say you have $5,000 in a cash account. You can day trade all your buying power with options, and then the next day your cash settles. So that's what's really great about day trading options, is that you can use and get all your buying power back the next day. So you're able to day trade every day. Now, another very popular strategy with smaller accounts are spreads, option spreads, debit and credit spreads. They're a very popular strategy to be able to grow an account. We have a large caps room that teaches how to day trade and swing trade options. We have courses available that'll help teach you options. And then we also have our alert server. So the Bullish Bears team actually trades real-time options, and then we actually post our options alerts. So if you want, you can end up following our alerts. Now we got, I want to be very clear, please do not follow our trade alerts unless you know how to trade. You got to paper trade, become comfortable first. So don't, follow our alerts thinking, I'm going to get rich and make a ton of money. That's not what they're there for. They're there to help teach you to become a better trader. Again, we're all about helping our traders in our community to become independent traders, not relying completely on us. So relying on another company to just call out trades for you without doing the work is not an effective trading strategy. But if you want to follow along with our alerts in a paper account while you're taking our courses and you're in our trade rooms, it's a fantastic way to learn how to trade options. So if you want to get access to our alert server, once you're logged into your Bullish Bears account, just click on alerts and it'll bring you right over to our Bullish Bears Discord server for our alerts. The next thing, penny stocks. An offshore broker, tremendous way to be able to grow a small account. Now, the reason why I don't have that one checked off is not because it's not a great option. It's just because there's more stipulations and you want to make sure that you're a successful trader first. Same thing goes with futures and options and spreads. It's just a little bit more, you got to be a little bit extra careful with penny stocks, and there's the more stipulations with an offshore broker. But after you've gone through kind of the way we like to say is, start off paper, trading paper first, then maybe work your way into a cash account, trading small positions, getting comfortable with the mechanics of trading, and then after you've done that, then you look to go over to an offshore broker. You got to be careful with the margin. If you're not careful and being aware of how you're trading, margin can be very risky. So that's why I didn't check off the checkbox, not because penny stocks are not great for a small account. It's just you got to be aware of the different stipulations that come along with it. But with all of these strategies, we do have futures course, options course, day trading courses, as well as our penny stocks courses that go along with each of our Discord trade rooms. So we have a penny stocks room, a large caps room, and then a futures room, and these courses go along with it. So if you want to learn any of these strategies, number one, take our beginners course first if you're brand new to trading. Once you've gone through our entire beginners course, then you move over to the trade room that you want to be involved with, and then take those courses inside of that trade room. Then you learn things like candlesticks. Once you've gotten the guts of your strategy down, once you know what you're going to be trading, then you start slowly getting into candlesticks and learning how that all comes together. And last but not least, let's talk about those middle range accounts. So something that's less than 25,000, more than 5,000. There are several different options. You are still restricted by the PDT rule if you're day trading. So, you can do either a cash or a margin account. Just be aware of the different stipulations with margin. It does allow you the ability to, use your account as leverage, but you are restricted to 3 day trades within a 5 calendar day period. But you can use cash accounts, and you can do something like day trading options, swing trading shares. You can do options spreads. So basically the same as above. You can trade shares, and you could also do advanced option spreads as well. So we are really huge fans of all different types of options, day trading, swing trading, all of the different spreads. We have, again, courses to really help you. And then we have our next level library where we have pretty much so many of the different really popular and even unknown strategies for options. So when you're ready and you've gone through options and you got a good firm handle on them, make sure you upgrade to our next level content. And that's where we have all of our advanced options strategies, as well as futures and day trading strategies. Futures, we're a huge fan of futures. So many different things, again, with futures where there's no PDT rule, kind of simpler to trade, focus on one symbol. You can trade the market up or down. Very effective trading strategy. You can day trade them or swing trade them. You do need a margin account, but again, there are smaller brokers available, and some of the bigger brokers are good as well. So once you start having, a little bit more money in your account in this range, then you can start to look into more of the bigger brokers. And penny stocks, definitely a good option. Once you have, again, it takes money to make money. Not that you can't trade penny stocks with a smaller account, but the more money you have in your account, once you're a good trader, you have that money over in an offshore broker and you use it as leverage when you know how to trade after successfully trading in a cash account. Then it's a really good strategy. So that mid-range, any of our trade rooms are really effective. So we have a futures, large caps, and penny stocks room. But these are some of the different strategies, based upon how much money that you have in your account. And along the way, you may adjust. You might, start off in one and then, move to a different strategy. Or we also encourage people, as you're getting comfortable and you develop a trading style in one, be open to other options. Whereas, let's say you love penny stocks. Well, there might be times where penny stocks aren't running. You might want to learn options so there's ways to make money if, penny stocks are not running. Or if, let's say, you're in futures and you're day trading futures, but you want to also be able to be in some longer term trades where then you can go and learn options. So be open to the different trading strategies. We teach them, again, in our community with our courses and in our trade rooms. Which Bullish Bears trade rooms and courses are the right fit for you? Well, that all depends on your size brokerage account and what your trading style is. So if you have over $25,000 in an account, you're not restricted by the PDT rule, and you can go into any of our trade rooms and take the corresponding courses that go along with them. So we have a penny stocks room, futures room, and large caps room where we do swing trading, day trading, options, both shares and options in our large caps. So any trading style you want with over $25,000 in an account. If you have less than $5,000 in an account or around that range, that's considered a small account, and futures and large caps rooms are typically the best fit for those with a small account. Now, penny stocks is also a really good room. However, I always like to put some stipulations in there. As long as you've met the qualifications of, you have a firm grasp on, you've taken our beginner's course, you're fully aware, of the positives and negatives of all the different trading styles. You're ready to paper trade successfully and put the effort in. You're migrating over to a cash account and practicing trading with the mechanics of it. If you have that kind of proper perspective, then our penny stocks room would be good if you're ready to go to an offshore broker after you've traded successfully and you have a firm grasp, with paper trading and trading in a cash account. Then our penny stocks room would be a really good fit. So if you're new starting off and you don't really have a history of trading, then futures in our large caps room would probably be the best fit. Now, our large caps room, we do swing trading as well as day trading, and options are really good to help leverage a small account. So futures and in our large caps room, day trading options or trading our spreads. We do have a real-time alert server. Again, don't follow our alerts blindly. Make sure you paper trade them first. But our alerts server is really helpful to be able to learn options, so you can take the alerts that we call, that we post, trades that we get into. You can follow them as well once you know what you're doing. Again, paper trade them first, but they're a great guide to be able to take what you learn and kind of implement them. So if you go into our futures room, you take our beginner's course first if you're brand new to trading, and then you would take our futures course. Large caps, if you go into that room, you would start with beginners if you're brand new. Then you would go into swing trading, and then also options. So typically with a smaller account, options is going to be the best for leverage, so you're going to want to take our options courses. So you'll know me by now. I always like to kind of keep things up front. This stuff takes time, right? So if you're coming into our trade rooms and our courses, you're not going to just take our courses and know how to do everything overnight. It takes a long time to learn. So that's where we have our resources in our trade rooms as well as our courses, and in our Discord you can ask any questions via chat or voice channel, so you can type them or participate on voice in our Discord. So this is where you can take our courses, be in our trade rooms, ask questions along the way, and it's a great way to learn and also interact with other community members. So again, our penny stocks, really good for a small account once you're really ready to go and you have a firm grasp on trading style. Then you have, $10,000 to $24,999. So anything under the PDT or under $25,000. So if you have PDT, again, is if you have under $25,000 in an account and you make 4 day trades in a 3 calendar day period, that's when you get hit with the PDT rule. So if you have less than $25,000, you are bound by the PDT rule if you're day trading, but you can go into any of our rooms, large caps, futures, penny stocks. Always start off and do our beginner's course. I can't stress it enough. If you're new, take our entire beginner's course, because there's a lot of videos in here that really break down things, because, trading, there's a lot of different moving parts. Just in our beginners course alone, there's several videos that really teach you the foundation on how to get started. But then when you move over into our rooms, then you're going to learn the concepts, right? So in futures or in large caps or in day trading, you're going to learn the foundations of, let's say, day trading or swing trading or options or futures. But that's the concepts, right? Then you're also inside of there needing to learn things like technical analysis or candlesticks and patterns and trend lines. That's the stuff that takes a long time to learn. So that's why I don't even include candlesticks in here, because that's really after you start to look into going to taking our candlesticks courses. Once you found your trade room, you're ready to start, kind of getting into learning your specific strategy. You've gone through our courses, then that's when you start to bring in candlesticks. And that's why we always recommend paper trading, because this stuff takes a long time to learn. So again, once you're in any of our trade rooms, feel free to ask questions in our Discord. We do live streams each day via Zoom, and then you can be in our chat room and type chat, or you can be in a voice channel and ask voice questions. So either way, feel free to participate and ask questions. The Bullish Bears team offers a next level trading library, which is where all of our advanced teaching is. So when you're going through our courses at any time, if you want our next level content, which is our trading library that takes the strategies that you learn in our courses and takes it to the next level. So along the way, if you want to upgrade and get more of that advanced trading knowledge, we have a whole library of our advanced courses, as well as get access to our custom-made scanners for all the different trading styles that we use for options, swing trading, and day trading. And you will also get access to our live daily stream replays. So if you want to upgrade your membership, this is for yearly members. You can either click on this banner or log into our website and upgrade your membership to next level. If you have any questions along the way while taking our courses or while in any of our trade rooms, make sure you enter into our Discord and post them and chat. We have a lot of friendly members, so don't feel worried if you're brand new about asking questions. We're all new once, so we are a very friendly bunch. But if you feel more comfortable, you can go to our beginners questions channel and post them in there as well. So hopefully this video helped you, and we will see you in our community. Enjoy.